Hope all of you can see my screen and you can hear my voice.
Yes, sir.
In case of any issues, please let me know. Okay, fine. Since you confirmed, right, I'll just go ahead. So today we will start with understanding how to use the Power BI desktop. First, we will understand the navigation, and then we will take a look at how we can connect to the CSV files using Power BI. So what are CSV files? CSV files are called as comma separated value files. Okay, these are all simple text files with rows of data where each value is separated by comma. Okay, so what is CSV file? CSV file stands for comma separated value files. Comma separated values file. When you open the file, you will find something like column name. For example, column name is order ID and order date, comma product key, right? Each column, see, this is one column, this is another column, this is another column. Each column is separated by comma. Okay, right? So it has, which in this file, if you open it, you can see this file will have the rows of data where each value is separated by comma. So order ID is something like A001, let's say A001 order ID, comma, order date is let's say 28 August 2022, comma, the product key is like X5032, something like that. Okay, product key and customer key, something like that. So each column is separated by each column and its values are separated by uh, comma, so that you can understand where the new column starts. See, after this column is over, where the new column starts. If you don't use comma, what will happen? For example, if you don't have comma here, A001 to 8 August, something like that, whether the A0012 or A0028 or whether it is A001 28 August, we will get confused, right? To get to know, so where when will the new column start? So for that, the separator called comma is used in this case. But there are some cases they use semicolon as a column separator. This is called your column separator. Comma is a column separator. In some cases, the customer file, they give us the files. When you open the file, you will find semicolon instead of comma. This is called semicolon. And in some cases they use colon, and in some cases they use pipe symbol like this. Okay. Okay, let us start with the comma separated values file. Each column is separated by comma here. And we will take a look at the same in Power BI desktop. I just open the Power BI, launch the Power BI desktop, since you're all quite new one to the Power BI desktop. And I hope all of you by now must have installed the Power BI desktop. If yes, then go to the start button. So here, just type Power BI desktop, and you can see the Power BI desktop here. Either you can click on it here or you can click on open here. It will take some time. You need to have a lot of patience, okay, because it will not open quickly. You need to wait for some time. Good, the Power BI desktop open, but it opened with a welcome screen. So this is your welcome screen. I'm going to click on this cross now because I don't want this screen. Okay, and I'm going to click on cross here. Okay, I just clicked on cross. That welcome screen went off, and now you will find something called the get data. So icon here. Okay, in the menu you will find something called. One second, let me just. You will find something called get data icon here. You just click on this drop down here. Okay, you just click on, see, look here. Let me just do it. So you will find the I can get data here. If you want to open any file, you need to click on the get data here. And here in our case, it is a comma separated values file, CSV files. Look here, this text and CSV files are more or less same. Since we want to open this CSV file, I'm going to click on this one, comma separated value files. So look here in my laptop, in the D drive, there is a folder called dat1. And if you scroll down here, you will find something like a sales underscore w04.csv. Click on open. I want to open that sales underscore w04.csv file because my manager has given me that file. He wanted me to load that file into my Power BI desktop and create some visuals or reports. Okay. And I just see now what happened. I just clicked on get data icon and then I selected the CSV option. The moment when I selected CSV option, it opened the dialog box wherein I was supposed to open my file name. I need to specify the file name. I just selected sales w04.csv. That's all. Now the data preview window got opened. Okay, so here it shows what data are there in this file. Okay, it is not showing the entire data. Just a few records it shows here, and you can scroll towards the right side also using the scroll bar. And in total, we can see that 26 columns are there. But unfortunately, the column names are the column names are specified as column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. Actually, row dot id is the column name, order underscore id is the column name, order underscore date is the column name. Instead, it was giving something like column 1, column 2. This is completely meaningless. We need to promote this row as a column header. Okay, we will see how we can do that. For that, what I am doing is I simply go and click on load here. So here you can see three options here: load, transform data, cancel. If you click on cancel, this file will not get loaded. The transform data will, when you click on this button, it will open the Power Query Editor. Okay. And I don't want to go to Power Query Editor upfront. First, I want to load this data into my Power BI desktop. I just clicked on the load button. Now, if you notice here, just beneath this fields, right? Look here, it got expanded now. So sooner this file sales underscore w05 file, you can find it just beneath the fields here. The file name and the column names that are part of these files, you can find it in a few moment here. Yes, now we can see that sales underscore w04.csv file got loaded into our Power BI desktop. Now the question is, can I see the column names that are part of this Excel file, CSV file? Yes, you just click on this right arrow here. When you click on this right arrow, you can see all the column names, but the column names are meaningless here. So we need to fix this issue. Okay, that we will see it later. So now, if you notice one thing here, I just loaded the sales underscore w04.csv file only. Okay, sales w04.csv. But if you look at this icon, though it is a .csv file, once it gets loaded into Power BI desktop, Power BI consider this as a table. Not only CSV files, you load any file, JSON file, or any Oracle table, or even if you load some web data, all the data will be considered as a table once it is loaded into your Power BI desktop. Remember this. That's why it shows table icon. Okay, you might be wondering, this is not a table, it is a CSV file. Why it is showing? Once you load any type of file inside your Power BI desktop, all those files will be considered table. Okay, that is what our understanding. So that is what is happening. Okay. Now you might be curious to see the data that belongs to this file, right? You just click on this second option here. Look here, this is the one, this icon. Okay, when you click on this icon, it will take you to the data view. This is called your data view. And look here, currently it will take some time to populate the data here. So this is the data, right? These are the data that are there in my CSW04, but unfortunately, the column names were not, specified with the correct meaningful name, right? The column names are not meaningful here. If somebody sees this column, they do not know what this column is all. Column 8 is what, right? So for first, what we will do is, I'm going to click on the home ribbon. Okay, and then the next one is the transform data. I'm going to open the transform data. So I'm going to open the Power Query editor. This is what I was referring it as a kitchen. And this is where we do all kind of data cleaning, everything, right? So look here, the column here also we can see the same data, but we can see the entire data fine. But the column 1, column 2 is there, and the actual column names are here. Okay. So what I am going to do is I'm going to promote this as a column header. There is an option under the transform ribbon. I'm going to click on the transform ribbon, and then I'm going to click on use first row as headers. If I click on this, what will happen is the first row is, see in this case, the first row blank space was there. That one got promoted as a column header, but still it is not showing the correct thing. I'm going to do the thing, redo the same thing again. Use first row as headers. This first row as headers, I'm going to click on it. If you watch it here, yes, now that first row got promoted as a column header. So these values are related to road ID. These values are related to order ID. These are all ship date and order date. Good. This is called your Power Query editor. In the Power Query editor, we simply um, promoted the row values. You just promoted the first row as header, right? Promoted the first row as header. But in the first row, we found some blank space. Hence, we had to click on this one more time in order to make your first row as column headers. Done. It has done a perfect job. You don't have to write any program for this, right? You don't have to write a Java program or C language in order to do this. Just point and click. So you have a lot of options here in the transform. With this, just by point and clicking it, we can do the transformation without doing heavy lifting. Got it? Okay. So the next step is, okay, if you notice on the right side here, query settings, we will find something like query settings and properties. So just beneath the properties, you will find the same, your Excel file name. So here I'm going to give it some meaningful name. So week 4 sales. I'm going to give some meaningful name. The moment when I change it here, automatically on the left side, also it got changed. On the left side also it got changed to week 4 sales, right? These things. Okay. And if you see here, the queries in Power Query Editor, because the name of this editor is Power Query, right? So all the files or tables are considered as a queries. Look here, if I go back here in my Power BI desktop, so here you can see that it's a table. The icon was a table icon. All the files will be considered as a table once you import into your Power BI desktop. That's what I said. But these tables are considered as a query when you open the Power Query editor. Okay. The CSV files, the file type was CSV file, right? Once we loaded into Power BI desktop, it became a table. And once you open the query editor and when you view the same table, it is like a query. Okay, that's all. Okay. So, and now if you look at on the right side, right, we have another thing called applied statistics, applied steps. So far, what are the steps that we carried out? It got registered here. It is something like a CCTV. Okay. And somebody, entering inside your apartment, and they open the door and then they come inside They climb the stairs and then they will, ring the bell. These are the sequence of events, right? The same way, what are the sequence of steps that we carried out, or the steps carried out by Power Query? It's all registered here. Look here, all these steps got registered here. So source and change type, promoted headers and promoted headers. When you remember, we just promoted this, right? For example, if you want to check what is this, what kind of step that we carried out here, you just click on it here. When you click on this promoted headers, one, you can see the change type one, promoted headers, scale one. And when you click on this one, you will find something like this. Okay, when you type, when you click on the change type 2, you will find everything. So automatically it changes the data type. For each and every column, row dot ID is an integer type and order ID is a text data type. Look here, order ID is a type text data type. So you don't have to worry about assigning the data types. It's all taken care automatically. So whatever the steps carried out by Power Query editor, it got registered under this applied steps in sequence. Okay. For example, I don't need this column for my analysis. I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to click on remove. This column gets removed, right? So later point in time, if you come and see here, removed columns, look here, removed columns. When you click on this, let's say if I click on change type on it, it shows the thing. And when I click on removed columns, look here, there is, the row dot ID column got removed. There is something called table dot remove columns. This is called M language. This is called your mashup language or a mashup. Sorry. So this thing is called this is called your mashup language. Look here, I just mashup. Power Query editor uses which language? Mashup language. It is also called as a M language. So all we need was we want to remove a column called row.id. We just right clicked on it and then I clicked on remove column, removed. But behind the scene, what happens is the Power Query editor, it generates something called M language. It is also called a mashup language. In simple, we call it M language. Table dot remove columns. On our behalf, the script is generated to remove the column row.id. That is what happened. Got it? We don't have to write table dot remove. You don't have to, remember all these commands. Okay. But if you remember it is good, but you don't have to remember it. You don't have to explicitly type these commands. Okay. Simply, if you don't want a column, you can simply remove the column. That's all. Okay. Next step, what I'm going to do is I just scroll towards the right side. Watch very carefully. And I have a column called sales, quantity, discount, and profit. And if you notice in all the columns, you will find something like ABC just before the column name. And if you scroll towards the right side, when you keep scroll towards the right side and just before some columns, you will find 1.2, 1, 2, 3, ABC. What are they? So just before each and every column, if you find ABC, which means that this is a text data type. And if you find 1, 2, 3, this is a whole numbers. You find something like 1.2, it is a decimal values. You find something like 1 point, this is your decimal values. So this one, just before the column name, whatever the icon that you see, it is nothing but the data type of that column. Okay. And now, surprisingly, when you see the sales column, we can see the ABC. Power BI, what happened when you loaded this file into Power BI desktop, it assigned the text data type to the sales column. It is actually wrong. It was actually wrong. Okay. Sales is a decimal number, right? It's a float data type. But Power BI assigned the text data type. It is actually not the preferred one. And when you need to fix this issue because you need to perform some arithmetic value with the numeric column. Okay, so in that case, how do I convert this as a numeric data type? You just click on this one. You will find all the data types here: decimal number, fixed decimal number, whole number. So this is a decimal number. You can click on it. It should become a decimal number. But here, what happened? First of all, you need to understand why Power BI assign the text data type to this column sales. So thank God, when you just look at the first value in this column, it started with something like a $2, right? $2. The numeric value prefixed with dollar, whereas the rest of the values are fine. But because of which, what happened? Just because one value, numeric value prefix is dollar, dollar is something like a text type, right? So it considered entire sales columns values as a text data type. So now what is how do I fix this one? If I click on this, I have an option to select the decimal number. Everything will get converted as a decimal number except this one, because this one will, since it is a text, when you try to convert a text into decimal number, it will get converted as an error. I don't want the error to, I don't want this value to be converted as an error. I want this value also converts at 2309. I want to remove this dollar. So what should I do now? I just keep the cursor somewhere in the middle of this column name. Okay, and right click on it, replace values. Replace the dollar by blank value. For example, if I type dollar here, find dollar and replace with nothing. And if I click OK, what will happen is this dollar will get removed automatically. Okay. Look here, the dollar got removed here. Very good. The next step is I can go ahead and click decimal number. It will become decimal number. Still, let us not rush. You need to have a lot of patience. You need to scroll down a bit and see. Look here, we have something called NA here. Okay, if you blindly go and click on decimal number, the first value will get converted to decimal number. All these values will get converted because we removed dollar here. It is cool. But whereas NA is there, NA stands for not available. Not available. So which means in these records for in the sales column, blank values were there, empty values were there. So Power BI Desktop, what it does, wherever it finds the blank values, it replaces the blank value by NA. So what I am going to do is I do the same step, right click on places and select places, and NA by, I put 0 here. Instead of empty, you put it 0. Fine. So now if I go and click on this and select decimal number, look here 1.2, sales column prefixed with 1.2, which means a decimal data type. All the values are perfectly converted to decimal values. And if you see the profile here, 100% of the values in the call in this sales column are valid one. We don't see 0% error. Okay, we don't see 0 error here, and we don't see any empty values. Very good. We did a perfect job. So we have what we did. What are the steps that we did? We removed the dollar. We replace the dollar by empty string, and then the next we replace the NA by 0, and then we just change the data. All these things got registered on the right side. Look here, it all captured here. Look here, replaced value. What did we replace? You can see the dollar. We removed the dollar by empty string, and the next thing what we did, we replaced the NA by, okay, seconds changes. We replace the NA by 0, all the empty values by 0. So you can cross verify what all the steps that we carried out as part of the data transformation in Power Query Editor. That's why they kept the name as transform. Okay, what are the data transformation we did it? We just replace the NA by 0, and then we replaced the dollar by empty string, and then we did it, and then the data type we changed the data type, sales from text to number type. Very good. You can go and cross verify what steps that you carried out in sequence, right? In this order, you did data transformation. These are all called data transformation. Formatting the column, changing the data type, these are all called data transformation. One simple common sense. If I ask you to generate sales by region by category, so will you be able to create a report? What is the first thing that you will ask me? Data. You will ask me data. Sir, can you please give me data? Only then I can create report. So data is very much required. Without data, you cannot do anything. That is the first prerequisite. Okay, data was given, but it is not in the proper format. Like I said, right? Like we found the sales column got assigned with text data type. Then how can I perform arithmetic operation? Later point is somebody wants to know what is the um, profit. If I want to find out the profit, I need to, or if I want to find out the net profit, so what I have to do is I need to find out the sales value minus the cost of goods sold. I need to subtract the cost of goods from sales so that I can get the profit. But if it is a text data type, how can I subtract? It will not work. It will throw an error. So first we make sure that are the quantitative variables or the numeric variables got assigned with the correct data type. Yes. Now no, it was not, but we just fixed that issue. So in real time scenario, you will get something. Data is there, but the data was not in the proper shape, or it was not assigned with the proper data type. We need to do formatting, all the things we need to do it, and then only we can make this data usable. Only when you make your data usable, you can create reports. You can use charts, and then the x-axis you can plot some categorical value, text value, and y-axis you can plot some numeric variable, right? Otherwise, it will not make sense. Okay. Now we did all these things, right? The steps, right? Okay. Now what I do is I just click on the file ribbon and click on close and apply. So here you will find three options: close and apply and close. If I click on close, what will happen? What are the steps, whatever the steps that I carried out so far, it will not get applied on this data permanently. Okay. It will vanish. Okay. And all my effort will become waste. When you click on apply, what will happen is all these steps will get applied permanently on this data set into my model. I will show you what is model in a little while. Okay. And then what happens is it will remain open, which one the Power Query Editor. So now we have another option: close and apply. Apply all these steps. Look here on the right side, what are the steps, right? You apply this permanently to the data, and then you close Power Query Editor. I don't want to work on the Power Query Editor any longer, or I'll work later. I don't want to open this like this. I just click on file, close and apply. It will take some time because it has to apply the changes, right? What are the steps that you carried out, I carried out? It will get applied in sequence to my data model. Look here now in the fields pane, right? Just beneath the fields pane, you can see the column name with the meaningful, you can see the meaningful column names here, right? Earlier it was in column 1, column 2, column 3, right? That is also one type of reshaping. We reshaped the data with a proper column name using Power Query Editor. Use first row as headers option. We are able to successfully promote the row as column headers. Now it is fine. Are you guys able to follow me? If you think I'm fast, you slow down. But initially, you will find difficult in catching up whatever I teach you. You need to watch my video after this session. Okay, I will share this video. You need to watch it and start practice it from the very first day. Don't postpone it. Fine, we are done. Okay, so we just simply loaded a comma separator value. I just show you where that file is there. Now look here, I just open this one in the, I have two drives, C drive, D drive. In the D drive, I have something like sales underscore W04. Look here, this is this file. So this is the file. I can open it from the operating system also. Okay, I can see that. Look here, when I open this file, the first row we have blank values. Okay, that is also the reason why we had to do the use row as column headers 2 times in the Power Query editor. Okay, one option is you just go to this file and delete this row. Okay, but usually it is not the right practice. You will not be given direct access. You will not be given delete. You will be given only read only access in the real time scenario. Okay, you will not be able to modify the data. You will not be able to delete the data from the operating system. Fine. Okay, so how to load that? You've understood. I just quickly recap. So I just clicked on the get it icon. I clicked on text CSV. In the dat one, D drive dat one, I have that file in my system. Selects the, I clicked on open, and then it took some time to establish a connection with the sales underscore w04.csv file, and then it brought up the data view preview window. There I was able to see the data that were part of that file, and then I just scrolled across and I just checked how many columns, whether 26 columns, whether I clicked on OK. And then a few moments later, under the fields pane, I could see that file name as sales underscore 04, the sales underscore w04. That CSV file got converted table. Okay, and then here I was seeing that column 1, column 2, column 3. So what I did, I just went to the transform data and Power Query editor. It took me to the Power Query editor, and here we have something called transform. I just clicked on the transform, use first row as address, right? I just clicked it twice. The row became a column header, okay, order ID or thing, and then I removed the first column. Whatever the changes I did it, you can refer it back. Even if you give this report to your manager, when he opens it, you can tell him confidently, hey, these are the steps I carried out. I did not do anything else. When he goes and check it, okay, what and all you did it, okay, you will think, right? Okay, he or she did a correct job. Okay, good. So they did not mess up. Everything is correct. Whatever the transformations formatting they did was correct only. Okay, then if he says, okay, whatever transformation you did was correct, now you go ahead and create a report. He gives you an approval now. Next step is very simple. Under the visualizations pane, let's say you have a lot of visuals or charts are available in Power BI desktop. Instead of saying charts, we call the visuals. Okay, I just selected this visual, and then I just simply drag and drop category here, and I have something called sales here. Look here, this is my clustered column chart. Don't worry, we'll explain what each charts are all about in the later point in time. So now it is working fine. See, the sales we connect as a numeric text to numeric data type. From text to numeric we converted. Had we not converted, it wouldn't have shown this one. Okay, simply it would have thrown some error. Okay, so in order to display the chart correctly, right, you need to have the right data type. Look here in the x-axis, this is your x-axis. I have used the category column here, right? I have used the category column in the x-axis. In the y-axis, I have plotted the sales here. So in the y-axis, did I say anywhere like in the x-axis as category, y-axis sales? I just simply dragged and dropped it. That's all. It took care of it automatically, right? So, or if you click on this visual, on the right side, you will find the moment when you drag and drop it. So which column has gone where, you can see this. In the x-axis, look here, the x-axis category got plotted. In the y-axis, the sales got plotted here, right? So one text and one numeric value should be there in your chart. So that is what has happened here. So fine, now you learned the very basic stuff, how to load a comma separated value file into Power BI desktop, and how to create a simple visual, how to do a minimal data transformations. We have seen it so far. The next one is we will see how we can connect to some SQL database and all. How many of you have installed SQL Server? How many of you are yet to install SQL Server? One second. How about Sakshi? Did you install Power BI Desktop? Sakshi and Sagar, Ashish, Raja. Have you all download and install? Download SQL Server. Just type it and go to Microsoft site. Just scroll down. Click on, select this one. Look here, you have something called Express thing. You need to click on the download option. It will take, right? So that's all. If you click on save, it will get download. So it takes very less time to download. Right click on it and show in folder. Click on this expr.exe file. It will open the, it'll ask you something like yes, you say yes. In my case, I already installed it. Look here, Express Edition. You want to install basic, custom, or make sure that you are selecting basic. Okay, don't select anything else. Okay, and click on basic. Click on basic. That's all. You need to click on accept. When you click on accept, it will show the folder where it will get installed. Don't make any changes to it. Click on install. But before you install it, guys, make sure that in your C drive you have at least 100 GB or 100 GB free space is there. Okay. So in my case, so I'm a techie guy. I have installed many software and I will have hardly 53 GB only space is there. Okay. Make sure that at least you have 100 GB space is there in your C drive, or in the worst case 50 GB free space you should have it. Okay. And if you say, sir, I have just 10 GB free space, then it will not work. It will throw an error and it will be very slow. Okay. And ideally, see, you are going to install Power BI Desktop and you are going to install SQL Server, and then you need to install SQL Server Management Studio, right? If you install all these three, you'll run out of space here. Make sure that in the C drive, you have more space, 100 GB. And in the, let's say you have two drive in it, it is fine. But if you have more space available in D drive and if you have less space available in C drive, right, it will not be good. Probably you can call some laptop guys. You just do googling in your and find out in your area any laptop service guys, or you can ask them to combine it together. If you receive for hard disk you have just 200 GB only, then you don't have two drives. Keep to one drive, C drive itself. Okay, there itself you install everything. So that's all. When you click on install, it will take some time. You will find the progress bar. It will keep progress, and at one point in time, it will show installed successfully. That's all. If you find installed successfully, click on cross, say yes, and come out of it. That's all. Okay. Just install it, and then you tell me whether you are able to install it successfully, and then I will guide you how to install SQL Server Management Studio. Okay. So any of today couple of other guys also they could not join, they held up in traffic. What we will do is I'll share this today's video, and this upcoming Monday night we will continue the training. Okay, see, the next week only we will have weekdays training, and followed by the next week onwards, right, we will have weekend only training program. Okay, and also you have access to my website. Those of you already made payment, right, you can find all the videos there. I'll just show you my website once again, how to access the files, everything. So this is the thing. This is my website link, and I have another website, deepneuron.in. That is where you found my course content. But if you wanted to see the course study material, everything, you need to go to this site. And one second, I'll just show you. So you need to log in with your credentials, and your login is Diksha Rathore. And then if you click on courses, and if you scroll down here, you will find the instructor led course, right? You just click on this, and if you scroll down here, you have something called download resources. You click on download it. So this is a zip file. It has a lot of files in it. Okay. Click on download. It'll get downloaded as a zip file. Okay. And then what you do is move that zip file to some meaningful folder name in your operating system, and then unzip it. Morning time, I made it very clear, Sakshi, because morning time I have office. No, morning not possible. Okay. And even Saturday, Sunday also morning. See, hardly weekend we, only we sleep well. Okay. And weekdays minimum 18 hours I'm working on a daily basis. So weekend only we can work. Okay. So I will just, anyhow, we will tell you the timings, but morning not possible. Okay. That's what I informed to your, soy. Okay. Morning not at all possible. Okay, because night time everybody is free, right? Even for married people, it is cool because kids are sleeping. They can make their kids sleep, and then peacefully they can attend the training program, right? That is the one advantage of it. Look here, download resource. You just click on download, it will get downloaded as zip file. You need to unzip it, and once you unzip it, you will find all my files, data files, and Power BI report file, and SQL script. Everything can find it here. And then next, if you scroll down here, you will find all the videos for each and every topic. You will find the videos here. Okay, a lot of videos are there, right? So you can go and see all the videos, and including the study materials, everything are available in this place. Okay. For example, if you want to view the data extraction related study material, click on data extraction. You'll find the PDF file here. 49 pages are there. If you click on, right, so this one, the right arrow, you'll keep scroll on the right side, you will find everything. And then if you want to view the videos, everything you can find it. And the live session videos, I will share my, for the time being, I will share my YouTube channel link. Okay. And so that you can find the playlist. So what is PBIDS? Look here. This is my previous batches live sessions recorded video. Okay. You can find all the videos here. Okay. Fine. So the next one, what we will do is the Monday we will continue the training. Okay. Next week alone, you bear with me. Okay. Monday and probably we will have it on Wednesday, 2 different days. And then that Saturday, Sunday, we take a leave. And followed by the next Saturday, Sunday, we'll circle back and we will continue. But again, we will see how it goes. Okay. And then we'll decide. Because couple of other guys, they did not join because they held up in traffic and all. We will consult with everyone. Everybody is okay. We will come up with a mutual time. Okay, don't worry. But morning is very, very hectic because every day, I believe me or not, I go to bed by 4 a.m. because night and all we stay awake and work because I work as a lead data scientist. Okay, and a BI consultant. Okay, all right, guys. Thanks for joining tonight's session. Okay, and we'll share the video shortly. Start watch the video in the meanwhile and start practices, and make sure that you are downloading the SQL server and you are installing it. Okay, and in this Monday, I will guide you how to install SQL Server Management Studio. All right, fine. Good night. Take care. So have a nice weekend. Bye bye.